backwards, and our triple steps. So for the walks forward, we talked about how with what tends to trip people up a lot with the walk forward, especially for the followers on their one, is with our leg swing, we have two actions. We have the swing from the hip, and we have the extension from the knee. And so when we put the foot back here and we take a step, like we do both of those things naturally. That's presumably how you got in here for the parking lot. And you don't have to think about it too hard. But the problem is when we start with the foot in front, people try to do the leg swing from the hip, but there's no room left to do it. And we get this kind of awkward reach where the leg stays bent, right? But realize that if you watch this in slow motion, when the leg is back here, by the time the foot gets to my anchor position, this part's pretty much done, and I'm moving on to the extension. So your first step is mostly just leg extension with only like a few degrees of leg swing or reaching from the hip. So extend that out in front of you, and then your two has that full swing the leg and then extend the leg action. Okay? For the foot, we also mentioned that for walks forward, that's more in front of you, typically speaking. Then I said toe leads, heel leads, I'm good with both of them as long as you don't over-exaggerate either of them. So for a heel lead, don't step on the back of the heel, step on the front of the heel. For a toe lead, don't step on the front of the toe, step on the back of the toe. So I want this or this, not this or that. Okay? And then whichever one feels more comfortable to you. Okay? For walking backwards, I'm more over the foot. Toe ball heel, make sure you get through that press of the ball. And this is actually controlling my weight shift as I do that. I'm not just reaching like this. Okay? I don't release the toe in the front. We actually release the heel and skim the toe back. Then for both of these, we talked about how I'm doing kind of a sideways hip motion. But that sideways hip motion is kind of goes along lazily with the step. So it's not going right away, but it's not going opposite either, right? So when I'm going forward, it's like the hip lingers for a second, then comes over as I finish the step. I don't want to go boom, boom, or leave it back there either. Obviously, how much hip action you want to have is a little bit up to you for the look you're going for. I was focusing more on the timing of it. And then when I'm going backwards, same thing. It's not this and it's not that. It's coming with me, but lazily. And then we also talked about how I need to keep this coming straight back or straight forward. I don't want to be having my hips start to zigzag my weight. Okay? Then for our triple steps, 3 choices. We talked about for the triple step how you can leave the hips, then move them slowly on the last step. Leave it, leave it, and move it. Leave it and move it, or you can do little, big and slow, little, big and slow, or hike it up, then move it across. Add a little extra, then move it across. And then we put this together into our walk forward, go to triple, walk back, triple, which is a really easy drill that you can repeat to attempt to incorporate all of that. Then we tried doing it on a sugar push, which went okay. Practice it a bunch, then it'll start to work on the sugar push. All right, guys, thanks so much. Great job, everybody. I'm going to turn it over to our